They learn something early that most people refuse to see. They learn, usually through rejection or public embarrassment, that showing weakness invites attack, not sympathy. Nietzsche watched this pattern repeat across history and called it the truth about the majority. Most humans do not want freedom. They want safety inside the herd. The majority moves as one organism. They dress alike, speak alike, and hate the same targets on command. A single strong individual who refuses to follow triggers immediate hostility. They do not attack because the individual is wrong. They attack because the individual reminds them of their own chains. Nietzsche named this the slave morality. The weak turn their inability into a virtue and label strength as evil. Look at any workplace. The ambitious co-worker who stays late and delivers results gets whispers behind their back. The team member who says yes to every request gets promoted. The one who questions the group gets isolated. This is not random. The herd protects mediocrity because excellence exposes their own smallness. They learn, usually through subtle sabotage or sudden silence in meetings, that standing out costs more than blending in. Power flows to those who understand this mechanism. They never ask the group for permission to lead. They simply act and let the herd follow or scatter. The majority senses this strength and either submits quietly or begins the slow campaign of resentment. Nietzsche saw both responses as proof that most people live in reaction, never in creation. The real mechanism runs deeper than surface behavior. Every strong impulse inside a person gets crushed early by parents, teachers, and peers who fear anything different. A child shows natural dominance and gets punished for being bossy. Another shows creativity and gets told to color inside the lines. Over years, these repeated corrections train the majority to fear their own power. They internalize the lesson that safety equals self-betrayal. This creates the perfect psychological slave. They resent anyone who refuses the same bargain. When they see a person who speaks directly, moves with purpose, and takes what they want, the majority feels the old wound reopen. Their response is predictable. First, they mock. Then, they moralize. Finally, they try to pull the strong one back down to their level. Nietzsche called this ressentiment, the poison that defines the herd. Watch how quickly a group turns on someone who succeeds too openly. The promotion announcement brings fake smiles and private rage. The new car triggers jokes about showing off. The honest opinion in a meeting gets labeled as rude. These reactions are not about fairness. They are the weak punishing the strong for reminding them of what they gave up. The majority does not celebrate winners. They study them for weaknesses to exploit later. Those who understand Nietzsche weaponize this knowledge. They give the herd small rituals of belonging, while keeping real decisions private. They let others argue over minor rules, while they control the board. They never explain their full strategy, because explanation invites the herd to tear it apart. Silence becomes their sharpest tool. The majority fills that silence with their own fears and assumptions, which only tightens the control. The pattern repeats in relationships with brutal consistency. A partner who shows vulnerability quickly learns that tears bring temporary comfort, followed by long-term disgust. The strong partner who maintains distance and standards keeps desire alive. The majority mistakes this distance for cruelty because they need constant reassurance. They learn, usually after being left, that neediness repels power, while quiet self-possession attracts it. Nietzsche saw that the majority worships comfort above all else. They trade their potential for the warm blanket of average. Any demand for growth feels like violence to them. This explains why self-help books sell millions, yet real change remains rare. People consume the ideas that let them feel like they are working on themselves, without ever risking the herd's disapproval. They stay exactly where they are, only now with better excuses. The hidden engine driving all of this is fear of the void. Most people sense the emptiness inside, but refuse to face it. Instead, they fill the space with other people's opinions, trends, and moral fads. They become walking reflections of whatever group accepts them today. When that group shifts, they shift instantly, without shame. Consistency would require confronting their own lack of core. The herd solves this problem by never developing one. This creates perfect soil for manipulation. Those who see clearly plant ideas inside the group mind and watch them grow as original thoughts. They praise the very weaknesses that keep people controllable. They call caution wisdom. They call conformity loyalty. They call resentment justice. The majority swallows these lies because they protect the small self from the terrifying possibility of becoming large. Even their rebellion follows the herd script. They wear the same protest clothes, chant the same slogans, and target the same enemies chosen by new authorities. True rebellion requires standing completely alone, and the majority cannot tolerate that emptiness. They need the warm press of bodies around them, even when they claim to fight the system. Nietzsche saw this contradiction as the ultimate proof of their weakness. The ones who break free pay a price the majority will never understand. They lose friends who cannot handle the change. They lose the easy comfort of shared mediocrity. They face the daily task of creating their own values without external validation. Most quit within months and crawl back to the herd with new stories about how the world is too cruel. The few who continue become something the majority both envies and fears. Power recognizes power instantly. The strong do not need the approval of the weak. They move through the world creating their own gravity. Others orbit them or get flung away. The majority senses this gravitational pull and reacts with the only tools they have: gossip, moral judgment, and quiet sabotage. These weapons work surprisingly well against those who still seek the herd's love. The deeper pattern reveals itself in moments of crisis. When real pressure arrives, the majority fragments and looks for the nearest strong individual to follow. They abandon their principles within hours, if safety requires it. They rewrite their own history to avoid shame. They never admit they were wrong. They simply move to the next group that offers belonging. Nietzsche saw this as the natural behavior of creatures who never developed an individual will. Those who master this knowledge stop expecting the majority to change. They stop trying to wake people up. They stop explaining themselves. Instead, they build in silence and let results speak. The herd will always attack success at first, then claim they always supported it once victory is clear. This predictable cycle becomes another tool for those who understand the game. The ultimate truth cuts deeper than any surface observation. The majority does not merely follow. They actively destroy anyone who forces them to see their own chains. They do it with smiles, with concern, with appeals to fairness and humility. They weaponize every virtue the strong actually possess, and turn those virtues into weapons against strength itself. This is the dark genius Nietzsche exposed. They learn, usually through repeated betrayal, that trust is a luxury only the strong can afford to risk. The weak use trust as a trap. They offer loyalty until it no longer serves them, then rewrite the story to paint themselves as victims. The strong keep their circles small and their standards high, because they have seen how quickly the herd turns. Every historical empire, every movement, every company that grew too comfortable followed the same path. The strong build it. The majority populates it. Then the majority's resentment slowly rots the structure until a new, strong force clears the field again. Nietzsche did not see this as tragedy. He saw it as the eternal rhythm of life itself. The final revelation changes how you move through the world. Once you accept it, you stop waiting for the majority to understand. You stop softening your edges to make them comfortable. You stop explaining your decisions. You simply act with the cold precision of someone who knows exactly what they are dealing with. The herd will react exactly as Nietzsche predicted. Some will submit, most will resent. A few will try to copy what they can never become. This knowledge does not make life easier. It makes it clearer. You see the strings on every smiling face. You hear the fear behind every moral lecture. You recognize the hunger for control wrapped in concern, and you move accordingly, without apology, without explanation, and without mercy for those who would drag you back into the herd. Nietzsche was right. Most people are exactly what he said they were. The question is whether you will remain one of them.